I'd like to welcome you to the University of Michigan-Dearborn 2023 Alumni Difference Makers Awards. I'm Tim Constant. I am a two-time graduate of the University of Michigan-Dearborn with a master, thank you. I received a Master's of Arts in Teaching in 2004 and a Doctor of Education in 2022, along with the honor of being the 2019 College of Education, Health, and Human Services Alumnus of the Year. I'm currently the lead curriculum and instructional coach for Clarenceville School District in Livonia, Michigan, where I coordinate the pre-K through 12th grade instructional coaching program as well as do leadership coaching, along with implementing new curriculum and instructional resources for the teachers. I also mentor UM-Dearborn students through Wolverine Mentor Collective and recently finished a 4-year term with the Alumni Society Board, where I was the chair of the nominations committee. It's been an honor to give back to the University of Michigan-Dearborn in these ways in the return to campus, which I call home. So why do I give back to U of M-Dearborn? So let me share a brief story with you. Last year at Clarenceville High School, we established an engineering lab and a course for students interested in engineering careers. At the ribbon cutting ceremony, these young engineers shared their college acceptance offers, many of which included U of M-Dearborn. After I encouraged them to visit our campus, talk to professors, students, and alumni, and explore our facilities, let's now fast forward to May. During a district event, I saw a slideshow of graduates' college choices, and I noticed multiple engineering students from Clarenceville chose U of M-Dearborn. This is why I give back. This is why I give back, because students find a home here. I'm honored to be here this evening to toast our 2023 Difference Makers and welcome them back home. For 44 years, we have recognized nearly 300 alumni, all of whom are a testament that the University of Michigan-Dearborn produces victors who create a positive impact not only in their workplace, but also in their communities and personal lives. Equipped with a world-class education that combines academic excellence with real-world experiences, our graduates go on to build businesses, pursue successful careers in medicine and law, and lead nonprofit organizations. They mentor U of M-Dearborn students, recruit fellow graduates, and hire University of Michigan-Dearborn student interns. Tonight, you'll hear just a snippet of the accomplishments that these awardees have had. Please be sure to read their entire biographies in the event program for an in-depth look into the difference they are making in their communities. All of the alumni difference makers continue the legacy of leadership that has defined the University of Michigan-Dearborn. They make us proud of our alma mater and what is nurtured on this campus. This also exemplifies by our campus leadership who are joining us today. Chancellor Domenico Grasso, Vice Chancellor of External Relations, Ken Kettenbiel. Vice Chancellor of Institutional Advancement, Cassandra Albrecht. And a close friend, Mayor of Dearborn, Abdullah Hamoud. Each one of our colleges represent a unique facet of this great campus. To honor our talented graduates, each of the college's deans will present an Alumnus of the Year award. These awards honor graduates who have shown outstanding professional accomplishments in their field and demonstrated public service and leadership. To announce our first award, we will hear from Professor of Geography and the Dean of the College of Arts, Science, and Letters, Dagmar Budikovia.
I am immensely thrilled to be here for my first Alumni Difference Makers Award. Our multifarious undergraduate and graduate academic programs reflect our commitment to leadership, learning, and student success. Our 2023 Castle Alumnus of the Year, Zainab Hussein, is a prime example of the impact that a Castle degree can have on our graduates and their futures. A 2006 UM-Dearborn graduate, Zainab is a true exemplar of dedication to public service, currently serving as the Chief of Staff for the city of Dearborn, Michigan. Her illustrious career has spanned numerous pivotal roles. These include Deputy Political Director for Hillary Clinton's Michigan presidential campaign, Deputy Director of External Affairs for Wayne County, and Deputy Chief of Staff for the Michigan Secretary of State. Through these roles, Zainab has consistently demonstrated extraordinary leadership in strategic planning, community engagement, and championing diversity, inclusion, and equity. Zainab's unwavering commitment to transforming local government, increasing voter access, and advocating for marginalized communities has left an enduring mark on our region. Beyond her impressive career, Zainab also dedicates her time to various boards of directors, including the Michigan Health Endowment Fund, Access, the League of Women Voters, and the Arab American Cancer Awareness Organization, tirelessly working towards community empowerment and development. Zainab's exceptional achievements serve as an inspiration to all of us. She embodies the core values of UM-Dearborn, and we are incredibly proud to call her one of our own. Let's pause for a moment to hear more about Zainab and how she has inspired those around her.
Zainab is the definition of a change maker. She has a fire burning in her soul, and she really wants to make the world a better place.
She embodies one of the values that U of M-Dearborn holds preeminent, and that is the value of servant leadership.
Her motto is always, how do we uplift the next generation? And I see it in her everyday life. I see it in her work. She really has the best heart of anybody I know.
Look to the constituent service that Zainab has provided both at the local, county, and the state level.
While she was working for Wayne County, she built Welcoming Wayne from the ground up, making Wayne County a place where everybody's welcome, where immigrants are welcome, and where everybody is included.
Everything that she does it's not about Zainab, it's about whomever she is doing something for or whatever cause that she's involved in.
Zainab, congratulations on this well-deserved award. I am so proud of you and all of the work and all of your accomplishments that have gotten you to this point. I'm so, so proud of you. I love you. Congratulations.
Thank you for helping me to be a better faculty member and to feel more connected to the University of Michigan-Dearborn. I don't think you know what a profound impact you've had on me, but you really have. And I'm truly grateful to call you a friend. And thank you for being a 2023 UM-Dearborn Difference Maker.
So as you can see, Zainab Hussein exemplifies what it means to be an alumni difference maker. Please join me in celebrating Zainab, this year's 2023 College of Arts, Sciences, and Letters Alumnus of the Year.
Shorter, so I hope you guys can hear me. Good evening. Oh, we just started. I'm the beginning, so good evening. Okay, very good. Well, thank you so much. I'm very humbled and honored to receive the Difference Maker Award from the University of Michigan. This recognition is not just a testimony of my efforts, but the collective work of everyone who's been a part of my journey. And you'll meet a few of them today because they're very important to me, because the work that I do is built on the foundation of these individuals. They inspire me every day. First and foremost, I want to thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because my faith is a bedrock. It is the guiding principles that allow me to do what I do. And it comes from a good heart and good intended to make sure that this world is a better place than when I leave it, than when I came in. So I'd like to also thank my family. My family, for those that didn't see, I actually pulled up an extra chair on my table because we do family style. I come from a large family. My mother and my father immigrated from Lebanon in 1978. And when they came here, they came with nothing. But they came with their principles, they came with hard work. And my father, after 38 years, just retired from the steel mill. And from that amazing hard work and all that love, you have what you see in front of you today. My sister Shadia, my brother Muhammad, my sister Nancy, my sister Summer, my sister Nadia, who are literally the biggest blessing because they give me the inspiration and they uplift me. And they provide me the support I need to be successful. Turning the table a little bit about what I do now. You know, he's one of the most humble human beings. You'll actually see him in a button-up right now, polo, but I'm inspired every day by the leadership of Mayor Abdullah Hammoud. He makes my job so amazing every day. He inspires me to do better, and he inspires those that are with us to do better. So I would like to also, because if you haven't noticed, this is why I'm receiving this award, I don't like recognition. So I'm gonna recognize a few other folks. Hala Hamdan, who is literally the biggest blessing for our office. Wafa Dinaro, who is my best friend since childhood. And of course, our amazing police chief. What you learn in life and through experiences and through working with others is when you're under pressure and you see how people react, and they react in a way of grace and humbleness, those are the people that you know have good character, and those are the people that you surround yourself with. And I am so blessed to work each and every day with such individuals that continue to inspire me, continue to do good work, and I hope we can continue to do that for here in the city of Dearborn. So if I didn't already, I'm sure on behalf of the mayor, welcome to the greatest city in the world, the city of Dearborn, and to the greatest mayor in the city of Dearborn, in the world, Mayor Abdullah Hammoud.
Now to present the College of Business Alumnus of the Year Award, please welcome to the stage Professor of Marketing and Dean of the College of Business, Frederic Brunel.
So much for a memorable entrance. Good evening, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here. I am new to this campus. I'm still in my first 100 days, having joined in the beginning of July. And it has been an incredible joy to read about everybody that's being recognized tonight, and to see actually that we had a great representation of the College of Business. More on that as we go through the night. But also, I just want to say that as a dean, what we do is often, we have the work of the faculty and the staff, and then we have the students, But these are only two rails that we build on. The third rail that we need to power this entire enterprise are the alum. The alum that give back, the alum that inspire, and I am so happy to recognize all of you and be with you tonight. So, as we recognize the recipient of the 2023 College of Business Alumnus of the Year, we not just only recognize a nominee's professional achievement, but we also recognize their power to inspire, to propel, and to lead by example. When we turn our attention to the remarkable journey of our guest and alum of the College of Business, John McRae II, his career and commitment exude all of these exceptional qualities. John, a 1991 alum of the College of Business with a Bachelor in Science in Administration, boasts an illustrious 3-decade career characterized by exceptional leadership within the corporate arena. Currently serving as the president of Cineverse Carrier Business Unit, John has consistently steered public companies towards new horizons, demonstrating remarkable talent for propelling growth and innovation. John's impressive journey spans leadership positions across diverse sectors, including mobile technology, financial services, and consulting. Notably, he held the CEO position at Nationwide Credit, occupied senior roles at prestigious entities such as Deloitte Consulting, MD Business Services, National Processing Company, and Shell Oil Company. Beyond his corporate endeavors, John and his wife, Susie, that I got to meet a little while ago, have exhibited their commitment to education by establishing a scholarship right here at UM-Dearborn. They've also paid a tribute to John's father, a UM-Dearborn graduate from the early days of the campus, by naming a lab right in this building in the honor of John's dad. It's clear to see why John is a different maker in his field. But let's hear a few words about the impact that John has and the people that know him in his everyday life.
Personally, I can't think of a better person than John to receive this award. What he's done as far as at Cineverse, not just from a numbers perspective, but impacting people and being there for people, being a motivator, being a mentor.
John has made a lot of people successful, and he's made a lot of companies and businesses successful. He wouldn't say he's made them successful. He'd say the people did it, and that's just a mark of a great leader. He's decisive in everything he does. He just brings this authenticity to everything.
He's made it fun over and over again. I mean, he brought that Michigan spirit into a Luxembourg office overseas. It was great to see an entire sales organization being completely inspired by John in some of his football pieces, even though the funny part is obviously a lot of these European guys didn't really know a lot about Michigan football.
During our training and train up to Ironman, John had something go wrong with his heart. John could have easily mailed it in, but John didn't do that. And it just motivated me even more to train even harder so that we would complete this race together.
John, thank you so much for all your support over the last 10 years. And I can honestly tell you, you've been a true inspiration. And more importantly, even is the personal support you've given me. When we're overseas, my wife Kathy and I experienced a tragic death in our family, and you and Susie were there for us. And I appreciate that, John.
Johnny, congrats. This award is well-deserved. You earned this. I want to personally say thanks for being the absolute greatest uncle, godfather, training partner, and the best friend anybody could ever ask for. I am proud of you and I love you, Johnny Mac. And thank you for being a 2023 U of M Dearborn Difference Maker.
Thank you, John, for everything you've done for the University of Michigan-Dearborn community. And congratulations again on being named the 2023 College of Business Alumnus of the Year. Please join me in welcoming John to the podium.
So I gotta admit I wasn't too prepared because I wrote this about 20 minutes ago, so forgive me, it's on my phone. First, let me just start by saying how truly humbled I am on this honor. It doesn't feel deserving, but I just thank you so much. It's very appreciative, so thank you, Dean. I also want to thank Cassandra and Michelle. You guys are just two of the most wonderful people in the world. You've been great friends and such a great support this last year for our families, and you made it easy to come home. I want to thank my beautiful wife, Susie, my daughter, Bella, my son, Will. They're simply my world. And it'd be remiss not to say special thanks for my mom and dad. Dad passed away this past year, but he received a similar award in 1982, so we got a little family tradition going here, I guess. Also, I'd be remiss if I didn't thank the Bergers, the Galloways, and the Grant family. And Jim Grant, I never get emotional. Jim Grant's the second dad to me. Couldn't be here tonight, but talked to Cassandra earlier. Jim's son, Steve, my best friend, went to high school, graduated here from Dearborn together, and his stepson also graduated from University of Michigan-Dearborn. So we're going to set up a scholarship in his name for $25,000 to give back to Dearborn. All right, so now trying to be less emotional here. In my time, I learned of a lot of important things here, and I owe a lot to this university. I learned the importance of planning, the importance of driving yourself to continuously improve yourself, and most importantly, how diversity and how different people from different backgrounds can come together to create something bigger and better than you ever could. A little known secret, probably not to this group, but this is the most diverse university, religious, cultures, backgrounds, wherever they come from. And when you walk through that door, it doesn't matter. You're all working together, and it was really the first time that I got a real international experience, and I got it right in Dearborn, Michigan here. I often have told my teams the importance of 1 degree, okay? And what I mean by that is that 0 degrees Celsius, water's frozen. It doesn't move. But if you add just 1 degree to it, it melts and rivers flow and things start to move. 99 degrees Celsius is hot. But at 100, water starts to boil. It creates steam. And that steam can drive an engine that can change the world. And I often look back and I think about my career, and I know that the University of Dearborn gave me the foundation to figure out how to be a catalyst, to figure out how to drive teams to create that 1 degree. Dearborn is a special place. It's much more than a world-class education, though. It helped instill in me determination and grit that it takes to be successful in life. And for that, I will always be grateful. Go Blue, go Dearborn.
Next, please join me in welcoming the Dean of the College of Education, Health, and Human Services, Ann Lampkin-Williams.
Good evening. It's still there. We're the third person. That's good. At the University of Michigan-Dearborn, we are an active partner in addressing the challenges our communities face. So when it came time to select this year's College of Education, Health, and Human Services Alumnus of the Year, we chose an individual who is using her education and skills to make our communities a better place to live, work, and go to school. Blair Stamper, a 2012 graduate of U of M-Dearborn, is an award-winning instructional designer at the University of North Carolina at Charlotte and the driving force behind her own successful venture. Blair's work revolves around crafting student-centered and engaging online courses that adhere to the highest quality standards. Her dedication to student success, active learning, and promoting accessibility, equity, and inclusion in online education has transformed the way we teach and learn. Her commitment to her expertise in online learning is evident through her contributions to prestigious publications. Her research delves into the idiosyncrasies of instructional design practices, as well as her exploration of access, equity, inclusion, and active learning in online courses. Beyond her alma mater, Blair's commitment to growth and excellence has led her to graduate from Arizona State University's Online Learning Consortium Institute for Emerging Leaders in Online Learning, and Michigan State University. We won't hold that against her. Solidifying her status as a true trailblazer and inspiration in the field of education. Blair is truly a leader and best, a passion for uplifting and inspiring young people to lead and thrive. Let's hear a bit more about Blair from those close to her.
Blair is deserving of this award because she has gone above and beyond as a graduate. She has started her own business. She has helped create college courses for other universities. She's truly someone that U of M-Dearborn can be proud of, and they should want to show her off to the world.
When I met her, I knew right away that I wanted her on my team. Her dedication to the field of instructional design and leadership is truly inspiring.
She's been able to help so many students, teachers, educators, businesses, people in her community, and animals, because she loves animals.
She helps you to rededicate yourself to the mission of helping students and helping faculty.
She really pushes me to be a better person and to succeed. She's always there to push me and believe in me and tell me that I can do it, and so she's driven me to do a lot of things that I wouldn't have done otherwise.
She's truly dedicated to making the world a better place. Anytime that I meet with her or talk with her, I feel that from her in a really genuine way.
Congratulations, Blair. I'm so proud of you, and I'm so happy and excited that I have you in my life to be a role model, not just for me, but for both of our daughters.
You help others feel better with every interaction you have. Your bravery and your strong work ethic and your ability to be vulnerable inspires me and others every day to be the best person we can be. And thank you for being a 2023 UM-Dearborn difference maker.
Blair has made a big impact on those she inspires, which is why we are honored to recognize her as the 2023 College of Education, Health, and Human Services Alumnus of the Year. Congratulations, Blair.
Okay, so first of all, it's really not fair to have to watch that right before you have to come up here. I'm just so incredibly humble and grateful to stand before you as U of M-Dearborn's 2023 Alumni Difference Maker for the College of Education, Health, and Human Service Alumnus of the Year, which, by the way, is a really big mouthful. This recognition means more to me than words can even express. Since childhood, I've lived with the mantra and the value of making a difference in the world. I went into education, and specifically as a middle school teacher, to be able to give back to my students and give them an experience in middle school that I never got to have. I had an incredibly rough middle school time, and I wanted to make sure that none of my students had to go through that. In my next career as an instructional designer, I've become the lead in Universal Design for Learning. I'm passionate about making sure that any student that comes to an online class in my institution feels welcome and that they are given the resources that they need to succeed. And then finally, as an adjunct professor, I ensure that all of my students put their mental health before anything else. School will always be there. Their mental health is the most important thing. I also want to express my deep gratitude to the faculty and staff who played an integral role in shaping my educational journey and future career here. Drs. Moyer and Everett started my love for teaching science, which actually then led to me becoming a middle school math and science teacher. And Dr. Brenman's course during my first semester here was the door opening to my career in educational technology. I must also acknowledge the importance of family and friends who have stood by my side throughout this journey. Specifically, my husband and my daughter, who continuously support my crazy ideas and my need to continuously stay busy and give back to the community. My mom and my aunt, who have been through with me throughout this whole entire process, and my mom actually told a story today that I was actually accepted to Oakland University as well, that I lived 3 miles from, and decided to come here instead, and it was one of the best decisions that I made. And then finally, my best friend Maya, who we actually met at orientation 16 years ago in the Fairlane Center, and we took all of our same classes through that, and now our daughters are 6 weeks apart, and they're both 6 years old now. Lastly, let us remember that this award is not just a recognition of past achievements, but a reminder of the responsibility we all bear as alumni to continue making a difference. Let us inspire the next generation, mentor, and support them as they strive to create positive change in their own unique ways. Thank you again from the depths of my heart for this incredible honor. I accept this award with a renewed commitment to making a difference, and I look forward to continuing to share our mission of leaving a lasting legacy for generations to come. Thank you so much.
For the next award, please welcome Professor of Industrial and Manufacturing Systems Engineering and Dean of the College of Engineering and Computer Science, Ghassan Cridley.
Good evening and welcome to our home. Since our college was established over 60 years ago, the achievements of the College of Engineering and Computer Science has been bolstered by a team of skilled faculty, dedicated staff, and of course, our signature experiential learning program. It goes without saying that our students and alumni are the epicenter of our contributions to tackling world problems and solving real challenges that our society faces. Nick Sitarski, our Alumnus of the Year, is a prime example of these graduates. Nick is a double Dearborn graduate, currently serves as the Vice President of the Integrated Vehicle Systems Division at Toyota North America Research and Development. In his role, he oversees a dedicated team of 110 engineers and technicians who are focused on advancing driver assist and automated driving technologies in North America. Nick joined Toyota Motor North America in 2005, holding various roles related to electrical parts and system development, earning 18 patents. And I'm going to say this again, 18 patents. Earning one patent is an achievement. Nick has 18 patents. Before joining Toyota, Nick worked as a systems engineer at SY Systems Technology, but he maintained his strong ties to UM-Dearborn throughout his career. This included a 4-year tenure on the Industry Advisory Board of the Department of Electrical and Computer Engineering, and he currently serves on my industrial board, or what we call the visiting committee, as a member, and he's one of the, I would say, the most active members on the board. He also has been a mentor to several of our students' organizations and a featured speaker at their events. Beyond the university, Nick actively contributes to industry, serving on many advisory boards. And it is no surprise that in recognition of his exceptional technical expertise and insight into the future of mobility, Nick earned the prestigious title of Rising Star by Automotive News in 2019. So let's hear a bit more about how Nick is inspiring his industry and is advocating for UM-Dearborn students every step of the way.
Nick is one of the main motivating factors for me to study in the engineering profession, but also to become a professional engineer. Nick has really expanded the engineering talent and expertise here in Southeast Michigan.
I call Nick a real engineer. There are people with engineering degrees and there are real engineers. Nick is both. Nick is one of those people that really attacks a problem.
Nick is a motivated engineering leader. He really prioritizes not only his family, but also his profession and his education community here at U of M-Dearborn.
The entire time I've known Nick, he's always been an advocate of the University of Michigan-Dearborn. I think he feels it's his duty to give back because the University of Michigan-Dearborn has given a lot to him. He's given opportunities to students here. He's created positions, internships. I can't count the number of people that came through our organization because of Nick.
Nick, I would like to thank you for all your guidance and support and mentorship over the past 17 years. None of this would have been possible without your support and guidance.
Nick, congratulations on winning this award. It's well deserved. I can't count the number of times you brought quality students and candidates to the organization. But most importantly, you've made a difference in the lives of these people that you brought to Toyota. Thank you for your contributions to Toyota and the University of Michigan-Dearborn. And thank you for being a 2023 UM-Dearborn difference maker.
Again, please join me in congratulating Nick Setarsky as the 2023 College of Engineering Alumnus of the Year.
Well, first, thank you. I'm not very good at public speaking, especially when it's about me. On the way over, my son asked me what I was going to say, and I told him I did not know, but I tried to keep it less than 15 minutes. You know, I thought about it, and we all go through the trials and tribulations of this thing called life, and we all have people that make a difference to us. And the reality is, there should be 1,000 people or more on this award because they've shaped my life. Starting off as a young kid, you know, I've had the best family. You know, I met my wife when I was 15, and she's pretty crazy because she stuck with me. Any of you that know someone that's married to an engineer, you should give them a hug because she'll be the first to tell you it can be a struggle. I went to the best university with the best professors, and I truly believe that at U of M-Dearborn. I've worked at the best company, Toyota, in the world, and I've had the best colleagues, team members, mentors, both from in our company and companies I work with, and many of them are here today. So I'll keep it short and just say, you know, be kind and compassionate to everybody you come across with. You never know whose life you'll make a difference in, and if we all do that, we'll make this world a better place. Thank you so much.
Next is the Alumni Service Award, which honors someone who has shown leadership and service to the Office of Alumni Engagement, our alumni body, and students. It recognizes an alumnus who has distinguished themselves by the energy, effort, and creativity they demonstrate to supporting UM-Dearborn. To present this next award, please join me in welcoming Director of Campaign Initiatives and Alumni Engagement, Christina Frendo, to the stage.
I'm so glad I'm not the only one crying. I'm usually the crier of the group. Within the Office of Alumni Engagement, we are honored to get to know our closest volunteers through their continued commitment to serving our students and our campus. Yuri Siradegan, a 2006 UM-Dearborn graduate, is a senior member of Millennium's Equity's business management team in New York City. Prior to joining Millennium, he held roles in risk management and quantitative strategy at various equity funds. Before transitioning to finance, Yuri was a senior developer at Microsoft's Research Data Management, Mining and Exploration Group, it's a long one, focusing on information management and data analysts. In addition to his UM-Dearborn degree, Yuri's robust educational background includes a Bachelor of Science in Applied Mathematics from Yerevan State University and an MBA from a Columbia Business School. Yuri's connection to UM-Dearborn began as a student when he co-founded the Armenian Student Association. As an alum, he remains dedicated to his alma mater, actively supporting us all the way from New York City through his time, expertise, and contributions. Yuri has played pivotal roles on the CIS Department Advisory Board and recently completed a 3-year term on UM-Dearborn's Alumni Society Board, where he advised the Office of Alumni Engagement. His commitment is further evidenced by his volunteer work as an alumni reviewer for the UM-Dearborn Business Idea Pitch Competition and his support in helping organize alumni gatherings in New York City. So let's just take a moment to hear from a special friend who is just as inspired by Yuri as we are.
Yuri was part of my cohort on the U of M-Dearborn Alumni Society Board. We were both on the board from 2020 to 2023. Yuri added value and insight into every interaction I ever had with him. And that's not something I say lightly. All the other people on the board brought something to the table, but Yuri really stood out. There's a presence there. And over the years that I've known him, I would say that presence has only grown. In addition to just being a regular member of the Alumni Society Board, he was also active in the nominating committee. And I also know of other volunteering that he has done in the university outside of the Alumni Society Board, including mentoring and giving talks on campus. What really inspires me about Yuri is how busy he is, and it doesn't seem to affect the quality or the quantity of his volunteering activities for the university. And this is really impressive given the fact that he works in the financial sector in New York City. Yuri is deserving of this award because he sets an example for others of how you can give your time, talent, and treasure to the university even though you're remote, and he's very generous with all of those in support of the university. Congratulations, Yuri, on this well-deserved award. It has been a pleasure working with you on the board and on the nominating committee. Seeing how you've done this makes me proud to be an alumni. And thank you for being a 2023 UM-Dearborn difference maker.
This is when I usually cry. Okay. So today is the first time I'm meeting Yuri in person. We met via Zoom for the first time during the pandemic, and being an advisor to our office meant so much to me over the past years. So Yuri, I'm forever grateful for your unwavering support of our institution, and congratulations on being the 2023 UM-Dearborn Alumni Service Award. Oh, sorry.
Thank you, Chris, for the kind words. And thank you, John, for using a phone. Makes me feel that I'm not alone. So I want to start by congratulating other awardees today. So it's such an esteemed group of people that I'm very proud and honored to be part of. We are being celebrated today for being difference makers. But for most of us, University of Michigan has made an important role in our success. And University of Michigan-Dearborn's difference in our lives is what drives us. The university for all of us provided top-of-the-class education, mentorship, and great access to resources to conduct research and grow. For me personally, university also provided a strong sense of personal confidence. I want to share a story of what drives that. My advisor at the time when I was a student was Dr. Armin Zakarian, who is now Vice Provost of Research. When I was graduating the university, I was ready to graduate. I have two paths to choose. Either I could go to industry and work for Microsoft, or I could go and continue my studies as a PhD student. So I thought that's a very important decision in my life, and I want to make sure that I do the correct one. So after days and days of thinking, I go to my advisor to ask for his thoughts, and his answer was very quick and very easy. He told me that whatever you do, you'll be successful. His confidence in me inspired me, and those words stayed with me all my life. Fast forward many years, and then I'm deciding mid-career to switch from technology to finance, and it's a big decision again. But I remember Dr. Zakarian's work back in the day, and the decision was very easy for me. So once again, I would like to express heartfelt gratitude to the university, to the selection committee, and those who nominated me. It brings me immense joy to be part of the alumni community, such a great community. And it truly feels great to be able to finally be able to give back to the community. So this last message, I waited all my life to say from a podium. Go Blue and go Dearborn.
I'm back. Okay, no more crying. Our next award is the Graduate of the Last Decade Alumnus of the Year. As the name suggests, this award is given to a graduate who celebrated their commencement within the last 10 years. They distinguished themselves through their connections to the university or efforts in their community, and have also begun to distinguish themselves in their chosen profession. This year's Graduate of the Last Decade Alumnus of the Year, Sharnita Johnson, is quickly making her mark and leaving a positive legacy. Sharnita's 2013 Master of Public Administration is the Vice President of Strategy, Impact, and Communication at the Victoria Foundation, where she oversees program activities to ensure alignment with the Foundation's mission and values. With over 20 years of nonprofit experience, Sharnita is a recognized leader known for her innovative collaborations that have garnered substantial philanthropic support for community-based initiatives. Previously, she served as the Arts Program Director at the Geraldine R. Dodge Foundation, focusing on arts, equity, and creative placemaking grants across the state. Sharnita's dedication extends to leadership roles, including co-chairing the New Jersey Arts and Cultural Recovery Fund and leading a $25 million fundraising campaign for the Association of Black Foundation Executives to strengthen Black-led infrastructure for social change. She actively contributes to the nonprofit sector as the board chair of Grant Makers in the Arts and serves on the boards of Art Yard and the Children's Theater Foundation of America. Sharnita's notable achievements include being an Association of Black Foundation Executives, Connecting Leaders Fellow, Marygrove College Distinguished Alumna, and Council on Foundations Career Pathways Fellow. Let's hear just a bit more about how Sharnita has made an impact on her community and the organizations that she's supported.
Sharnita inspires me by not assuming that she knows the history of a community, but making sure that she knows the history of the community. You know, she was really one of the first to not only be an art maven, but also really showcase how knowing about particular history and experience of art in a neighborhood could really engage clients, not only parents, not only seniors, but also young people as well. Sharnita was working with the Skillin Foundation. We worked with the adults and caring parents in the neighborhood, as well as youth, to identify several kinds of programs or activities that they thought would really be helpful. And it was just kind of fun to see how she commanded audiences. This 5-foot petite young lady had a group of people there literally in her hands and was saying, we're going to do this, Jen, you're going to learn how to do this, without missing a beat. Whatever city she ends up in, she studies the art history of the neighborhoods in that city, so that when she goes out, she can engage the audiences, engage families, engage community residents at that level. You know, there was a sense of authentic and honest respect, and she established a basis of trust. Sharnita, girl, you use art, you love art, you embody art, your art. And thank you for being a 2023 U of M Dearborn Difference Maker.
So join me in congratulating Sharnita, UM-Dearborn's 2023 Graduate of the Last Decade Alumnus of the Year.
Everybody, I promise I'm not gonna cry, but I might. I'm so thrilled to have my family and my friends in this room for a happy occasion, not a funeral. I want to thank University of Michigan-Dearborn for this amazing honor, and thank you, Diane, and the Alumni Services team for planning such a wonderful event and for fielding at least 100 emails from me alone, I'm sure. I'd like to congratulate my fellow awardees for their incredible accomplishments. Go Blue, yes. They say it takes a village to raise a child. It took a village for me to complete this degree. And so many members of my village are here, and I want to thank them. I want to thank my family and friends who took time out of their busy lives to join us tonight and to celebrate with me and the other honorees. I want to call in the spirit of my parents who poured into me and my siblings and invested in my education and encouraged us to pursue our dreams. I want to call in the spirits of my ancestors whose courage and sacrifice and resilience are all the reasons that I'm here today. I also want to acknowledge the University of Michigan and the University of Michigan-Dearborn for providing a world-class education that was accessible to me as a non-traditional student. My father used to say, an education is something no one can take away from you. And I'm grateful for my U of M education, for the support and the love of my family and friends, and the opportunity to be here with you tonight to accept this honor. Thank you.
UM-Dearborn created the University of Michigan-Dearborn Alumni Business of the Year Award to highlight the amazing work that alumni-owned businesses are doing in our communities. To introduce the 2023 Alumni Business of the Year Award, please welcome Vice Chancellor for Institutional Advancement, Cassandra Albrecht.
is so thoughtful. Thank you. I just want to take just a moment of personal privilege, if I can, and first of all recognize the institutional advancement staff that work all year round to put this event together. Will the IA staff please stand up so we can thank you? And then, of course, if we could give a little applause to the catering staff and the event staff that have done an amazing job tonight. So Re3D, founded by Samantha Snaves, a 3-time U of M-Dearborn grad, is not just a business. It's a force of innovation and social impact. Established in 2013 as a spin-off of Engineers Without Borders, NASA Johnson Space Center, Re3D is on a mission to empower local change makers worldwide. They achieve this by designing and manufacturing large, cost-effective industrial printers right here in the USA. At the heart of Re3D's success is the Gigabot, their flagship technology that brings industrial-grade, large-format 3D printing within affordable reach. But Re3D's impact goes beyond hardware. They offer a range of services from 3D printing contracts to consulting, design, and education, making 3D printing accessible to all. Their offices in Austin, Houston, and San Juan serve as hubs for 3D printing, education, and community engagement. With a list of prestigious clientele, Re3D is at the forefront of innovation. Their remarkable journey is not just about business success, it's about using technology to meet the ever-evolving needs of communities worldwide. They are truly changing the world, one 3D print at a time. Let's take a moment to hear a bit more about the impact Re3D is having on U of M-Dearborn.
I really think Samantha as well as the Re3D are deserving of this award because they were able to manufacture and create a very high efficient 3D printer that is modular. Samantha is using recycled medical plastics into products that can be used in the daily life. Samantha is very involved with U of M-Dearborn students, and she's passionate about her engagement with the university and its students. Based on the discussions I had with Samantha, we started a plastic recycling research program. We also, through this research, initiated some strategies for the university to become a sustainable campus.
Samantha, in some small way, I played a role in the directions that you've chosen to go in life and to form the company, the Re3D. If I had any influence, I'm so happy that it's worked out. The privilege of being an astronaut is to have stories to tell young people that operate as encouragement that they can achieve their own dreams. You are a perfect example of that. In the later years of your life, you're going to not regret the dedication to those things that you thought were important.
Congratulations, Samantha, on this very well-deserved award. Your achievement and leadership skills are inspirational for the whole UM-Dearborn community. And thank you for being a 2023 UM-Dearborn Difference Maker.
Samantha, please join me on stage so we can recognize Re3D on being the recipient of the 2023 U of M-Dearborn Alumni Business of the Year Award.
Now I'm in the hot seat, I know how it feels. I think I have the most analog notes, though, of everyone here today. I just want to take a moment and say thank you. I echo the sentiments of others. It is incredibly humbling to be in this position. I had Googled just a couple years back of looking at the previous recipients, and I was blown away and thought, surely they made a mistake. So whoever's on the selection committee, you're incredibly gracious. It means a lot to both myself and our team. You know, it's interesting because so much of Re3D's success has been attributed in the media to Kickstarter campaigns and pitch competitions, to revenue, to global sales, and to our amazing community that's done great things before, during, and now after the pandemic. But really, the reality of it is that Re3D was formed because of University of Michigan-Dearborn, and so many of you sitting here and beyond. I don't have to explain, as you saw with former dean and astronaut Tony England, my story really began when my mom, upon many intros from Carl Klimek, a childhood mentor, drove me miles and hours across the city of Detroit in my pursuit to meet astronauts, because I'd always wanted to be an astronaut. And Tony England really stood out to us. We kept a message from him on our answering machine for years and would play it back. And he was so kind to me and my siblings, and he really encouraged me to go to college and to study sciences. So I took his word to heart, and ultimately that led me to University of Michigan-Dearborn, where I had the honor to begin a biology degree, and then a couple others while I deferred on student loans during my first startup. But you know, it was during my time at University of Michigan-Dearborn too, despite being a transfer student and commuting and starting my own business and a crazy life, that so many faculty poured into me, to my friends. They helped my friend Julia Branham stand up a cross-country club that's still going today. And I had this crazy vision. I heard about this program called Microgravity University to fly an experiment in zero-G. And the staff here helped me figure out how to write that proposal. And I had the idea, but didn't have the team. So they helped me find other students through the cross-country department, through Castle and the School of Engineering. And we didn't make it the first round. Turns out you can't draw blood in zero-G. It's not safe. But they worked with us to repurpose the proposal, and lo and behold, it was selected. And where that story gets interesting is it was during the summer that our team from University of Michigan-Dearborn was representing the school with Yale, that we were given the opportunity to be sponsored for the next couple summers to go to Capitol Hill and not lobby but advocate, as our friends here might appreciate, for NASA, and to share how space had shaped our lives. It was that same group of individuals, when my first company was up for sale, that reached out to me and offered me an opportunity to work for them. Because there had been some professors here at University of Michigan-Dearborn at the end of my undergraduate career who had said, hey, you have 3 years job experience. Why don't you pursue an online MBA? It might serve you well with your startup. So I met the criteria as someone under 30 that had sold a life science company and was working on an MBA, which was a short list. But I wouldn't have made those connections if it hadn't been for this school. And later on, through Dean Gassan, we were honored to sell an early beta of our version of our hardware that can print from garbage. It's right around the corner here. There's a big beta sticker on it, but they took a risk and showed us so much pride and love in introducing us to the students. And while University of Michigan-Dearborn obviously has been critical in my career and our company's success, it couldn't have happened without so many friends and families that allowed me to couch surf in between side hustles and 2 startups, that gave me their garage to do service repairs here in the Detroit metro area or beyond, that joined me and my team for road trips when we forgot to calculate shipping and delivery and were personally delivering the units. Everyone here at this table and beyond has probably shared a Kickstarter campaign at some point, bought a t-shirt. Don't ever put that on Kickstarter, it's you lose money. And relentlessly shared votes for pitch competitions so we could get non-dilutive funds to bootstrap. They've helped us problem solve, they help us laugh, and to this day, they cry with us along the way as we figure out how to overcome milestones. But I would be remiss as an alumni Business of the Year not to acknowledge that in both my military duties as an Air Force reservist and as an entrepreneur, I have missed a lot of holidays and a lot of milestones. And you have sacrificed so much and picked up so much slack when I wasn't there in my dream to be an entrepreneur and a reservist. Your time and your support are the reason why Re3D exists and the reason that I'm still able to serve my country. So to my sister Tara and my future astronaut godson Hoyt, who's been abducted, to my dad, there he is, isn't he so cute? You can get that on Amazon, hit me up after. My dad Tony, my mom Ellen, my brother Jake, my cousin Annie, and my dearest friends Emily and Paige, and for so many of those that couldn't make them, as well as all of the faculty here that's invested in me, and Diane, Kelly, and Gassan for bringing me home when I was busy in startup land so I could reconnect with the student body in the last few years. I want to thank you. It's truly been a privilege. And while in the last 10 years we've been really busy, I'm hoping and optimistic that in the next 10 years of Re3D teammates can continue to engage with our communities as we learn from you and we grow together in our pursuit to dream big and print huge here in Metro Detroit. Thank you.
This event wouldn't be complete without honoring our 2023 Distinguished Alumnus of the Year. This award honors a graduate with exceptional achievements in their profession, outstanding contributions to their field, and extraordinary dedication to the community. To recognize our next alum, please welcome to the stage Chancellor Domenico Grasso.
Good evening, and I know that I am the last speaker after just before our Alumna of the Year is recognized. So in the words of Shakespeare, brevity is the soul of wit, and I will try to be as brief as possible. But I would like to take a few moments to just say, before I introduce our Alumna of the Year, a few words about the University of Michigan-Dearborn, because some of you may be unfamiliar with this particular campus. I myself received a PhD from our branch campus in Ann Arbor. And I can tell you one of the things I learned while I was studying in Ann Arbor is that anybody associated with the University of Michigan loves bragging points. They love to brag about athletics, about academics, about art, about everything that the university is involved in. Well, I'm going to give you an important bragging point that is not as evident as you may think. This campus is special because I've taken a circuitous path to get to this point in my academic career. I've worked at many, many institutions, from Ivies to R1 state flagships. And this has been the most rewarding job of my career. And it's because we are an institution of access and excellence. 49% of our students are Pell-eligible students. 46% are first generation to go to college. Yet our entering GPA is 3.7, and this year we accepted our largest entering class in the history of the university, and that class has a 32% population of members, people of color. So we are a major part of realizing the American dream. What's more important than access is the excellence part. And the excellence part is that we accept these students and then they go out to do great things, as we have recognized tonight. They lead companies, they lead organizations, they're important in their communities, and they do terrific things. So I am so proud to talk about the University of Michigan-Dearborn anytime I can. I do want to say something about Tony England, because some of you may know Tony and some of you may not. Some of you may be new to our community. Tony was an astronaut, and there are a lot of astronauts. But Tony is the only astronaut that solved the Apollo 13 problem. So if you've seen the movie Apollo 13, you will know that when they said, "Houston, we have a problem," they called Tony in to solve the problem. And if you don't believe me, just Google it, and there is a press conference with Tony as a super young astronaut. He looks way different than he did in this video, and he is explaining the lithium canister problem on the screen. So that is something for you to do when you get home, and you can see Tony talking about it. But now it is my great, great pleasure to introduce our 2023 Alumna of the Year. Judith Tolland, a 2001 U of M-Dearborn graduate, is an award-winning Chief Marketing Officer known for her transformative leadership with a strong engineering foundation. Currently, she holds the position of Vice President for Global Audiences and Marketing at Meta, overseeing audience-driven marketing and product strategy across all Meta brands globally. She has a remarkable 29-year career, and she doesn't look anywhere near old enough to have a 29-year career, spanning 5 industries and 5 Fortune 500 companies. Judy has consistently excelled in various roles, including Vice President and Senior Vice President, President and Senior Vice President, and Chief Marketing Officer positions at GE Capital, Wells Fargo, and Life Fitness. Judy's academic journey is equally impressive. She holds a bachelor's degree in chemical engineering from Northwestern University and an MBA in marketing from U of M-Dearborn. Now, I just want to veer off the script here because I was on the chemical engineering faculty, so I know how hard it is to get a chemical engineering degree. And Northwestern is an outstanding school, and chemical engineering is a difficult curriculum. But she's Chief Marketing Officer, so you know which degree was more important to her success in her life, and I hope she remembers that as she goes forward. Her accomplishments have been widely recognized, earning her distinctions such as being named one of the top Black executives in Chicago by Crain's 2021 and a private company director to watch by Private Company Director magazine in 2023. She also earned recognition as one of the top 50 women in commercial finance by the Secured Lender in 2017. Judy is committed to leadership and community involvement, which is showcased through her roles on various nonprofit boards and her engagement with Chicago-based organizations. She is a passionate advocate of diversity, equity, and inclusion, and has been actively involved in DEI initiatives at GE Capital, Wells Fargo, and now Meta, where she leads the DEI and racial justice efforts. And I would like to say that Judy is on our National Advisory Board, and we did a presentation for her on our strategic plan, and she was very, I don't want to say critical, but she gave us a lot of good input about our DEI strategy, which we had taken to heart and changed our plans. She is also involved, in addition to being involved in our National Advisory Council, her contributions to events such as the College of Business Fireside Chats and the Alumni Engagement Speaker Series. And in 2022, we had the honor of having Judy as our commencement keynote speaker at graduation. Now, let's pause for a moment and we can hear a bit more about her unwavering commitment to our community and the impact she's had on those around her.
Judy is so deserving of the Distinguished Alumnus of the Year award. Not only is she fantastic at her work and her job and being a leader through various different industries, she gives back and she gives of herself so freely. Whether it was when she moved to Atlanta and she sat on the board for getting more girls into sports, or when she came to Meta and led the Women at group.
And she's not just motivated by the financial or the economic package. She is looking for and has always looked for impact, a place where she can take the experience, the talent that she's been given and that she's learned over the years and make an impact. If you're part of her story, if you're part of the fabric of who she is, then you're like that forever.
One really fond memory I have of Judy is at a leadership session that I was at, and Judy wasn't even on the agenda. But Judy came in completely off the cuff and just took over the whole session. It was probably one of the highest rated sessions that we've had.
When you have people like Judy Toland, you want to put the big M in front of them and behind them and around all sides. You want the world to know that she came from your university.
Congratulations, Judy, on this well-deserved award.
It has been such a privilege to have a front row seat to your life the last 15, 16 years. Congratulations from Nashville, Tennessee. Go Blue.
You serve as an incredible mentor to not only me, but women all across different industries. And I thank you so much for everything that you've done for me. And thank you for being a 2023 UM-Dearborn Difference Maker.
It is my honor to ask Judy, our 2023 Alumna of the Year, to please join me on stage.
Well, wow, thank you. Thank you so much, and I know I am between you and your Friday night, so I will be brief-ish, because I have some things I need to say. You know, I have always been inspired by the African proverb. Many of you may have heard it, but if you haven't, I hope it blesses you tonight. But it says, if you want to go fast, you go alone. But if you want to go far, you go together. And today I want to humbly thank you for this award, but I want to focus on the together. Those who have helped and supported and inspired me along this thrilling and fun and unexpected life and career journey of mine. Because of them, I stand here before you today. You know, first of all, I want to extend sincere thanks to my family. I'm from a large family. I've got 18 or so aunts and uncles on both sides. I've got 40-something first cousins. But it all starts with the Statham Six, which is my maiden name, and is led by my parents, Joanne and Joseph, who are here today with me tonight, and my siblings, Janelle and Jackie and Joey. And because of them, I really am. They poured into me. They always gave me words of support and encouragement. My parents delayed goals that they had for their own selves so that we could achieve ours. They've always stressed the importance of education. Said before, that education is something that can't be taken away from you. And they used to say that all the time. But they also said too much is given, much is expected. And so they set very high goals for us. And I'm eternally grateful for that. I also want to thank my husband, Alex, and my almost 6-year-old daughter, Zuri Grace, who just raised her hand. Good job, baby. I also tell my mentees and those who seek my counsel that one of the most important choices you can make in your life is who you choose to be your life partner. And I have to say I chose well, because my husband is, I'm so thankful for him. He supports me, he uplifts me, he understands that my success, his success, is our success. And that is so important. And I just want to thank Zuri for inspiring me to be my best self. I want to thank the iPad battery tonight for staying on. And I also want to let you know, Zuri, that you inspire me to be my best self, and I hope I make you proud. I also want to thank my chosen family, which I call Framly, because they're friends that are now my family. They have inspired me and supported me and lifted me up when I was in valleys and cheered me when I was on very, very high peaks. And so Crystal and Elna and Ray and Nikki and Shermanita and Ed and Travis, thank you so much, and many more. They're the embodiment, the physical embodiment of my family, which is large. And I am so thankful for them. I'm thankful for my village, and I appreciate you all. And in closing, I'm just especially thankful for this university. You know, Chancellor Grasso said so wonderfully earlier that I'm a proud graduate of Northwestern University. Go Cats. But my life changed when I came to the University of Michigan-Dearborn. I was able to pivot. I was an analytical engineer designing of the interiors of cars. And now I'm one of the VPs at Meta, on the largest platform in the world, doing marketing. Like, how does that work? Well, it works because of the University of Michigan-Dearborn. You know, this is a place where with hard work and knowledge, you can pivot. It provides access to many. It taught me that equitable and servant leadership was the way that you inspire many. And so I'm just so thankful for the chancellor, vice chancellor, my professors, and I'm so very humbled. So I truly, you know, I have gone, we have gone, and we all will continue to go far together. So thank you all. Go Blue.
So let's hear a round of applause for our alumni difference makers. I know I speak for everyone when I say that we are proud and honored to call you UM-Dearborn alumni. You are outstanding role models for our students, and you epitomize what is best about our university. So thank you. And I want to welcome everybody to help me say, go Blue, go Dearborn. Thank you. Have a great evening.